Hello. I haven't made a video in quite some time now. I don't know exactly how long, but it's been a while. But I'm back because I have something pretty darn cool to unbox today. It is this. The Humblewood campaign setting box. So, to explain some of this, this was a Kickstarter for a campaign setting supplement Dungeons and Dragons thing. So, I'm pretty new to role-playing games, but I've been very into the hobby lately. Been buying more stuff than I probably should and collecting a lot of stuff. But this is something I paid for quite a while ago because it was a Kickstarter for this box. So this is an unofficial campaign setting with beginning adventure built in and maps and all the stuff that a campaign setting entails, compatible with 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. So it's not published by Wizards of the Coast. It's published by the Deck of Many. I've never bought anything else from them before, but I guess they're pretty well known for putting out some pretty cool stuff, like animated spell cards, I think, is their main thing. They put a lot of 5th edition stuff out that people seem to like. They're well known, but they're not actually endorsed officially a Wizards of the Coast brand, so it's cool that they're still well known and making very cool things on their own, like more independently with Kickstarter and stuff. So yeah, I've never bought their other stuff, but I did buy this because it just looks so cool. I mean, just look at that art there. Like, that's the main reason I backed, first of all. Like, how can you resist that? It's just so, it's cute and also kind of like magical, and I don't know how to describe it. It's just great art style. I don't know the name of the artist off the top of my head, but credits to them, like, massively. It's so nice looking. So, I accidentally already took the shrink wrap off of this because I didn't realize I wanted to make an unboxing video until I already had it out in my hands. But everything else should still be in the box, ready to unpack and look at and such. So let's look at the box itself. So like I said, zoom out a little bit there. We have that beautiful, beautiful artwork. We got the crow and the owl. Nice logo there. They have their own unique logo. On this side, they have another logo for Humblewood. It is the H. Really love the art there too. Again, the Deck of Many. Let's see what's on the back. Oh, that's really cool. More great art. So that's like kind of the big bad of the adventure that comes with this, the Element of Flame, I believe it was called. And again, we have our crow and owl up there, and some descriptive text. It includes original player races, monsters, magic items, and a compelling adventure for 1st to 5th level characters in the world of Everden, nestled between the mighty crest. I'm not going to read all that because it's kind of almost a spoiler if you want to get this yourself. I don't know when it's going to be released to like the public for people who didn't back the Kickstarter, but I'm sure that'll be happening soon. So the contents, it's the hardcover Humblewood campaign setting book, reference cards, battle and location maps, cardboard standees, and plastic standee bases. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the tier I backed on the Kickstarter, it was this one, I believe it was the $50 tier. There was another one higher for about $75, I believe, and that was for the Alderheart collection, which, a bigger box set, basically. I think the only main, like, big thing that's included in that's not included in this, is the miniatures, and I'm okay with not having those. They did look very nice, but I'm not really big on minis in general. No offense to anyone who likes them. I know that's a big part of the hobby for some people, and that's great. But personally, I just think they're usually a bit too expensive for something that you could easily use a cheaper alternative. But if you are into minis, the ones for this, from what I've seen at least, are very nice. But they're not going to be in here, so whatever. So the box is actually quite heavy. That's why you might hear me breathing a little bit heavier when I was carrying it. That's a good sign that there's some quality products in here. So let me move stuff around so we can get closer. Sorry for that screeching noise, I had to move something. So let's open it up. So, here we have our stash of various goodies we're about to open. Kind of hard to tell what they are right now, but they're all in there. And something I also have to mention, this little card came right with the package. Again, look at that really cute artwork. Reminds me a little bit of Over the Garden Wall, which is like my favorite cartoon ever. And on the back it says, yeah, thank you for backing Humblewood and being part of our gaming family from all of us at Hit Point Press. That is just so cool. And I love it when a little personalized thank you note like that. It's great. So let's see what else is in here. This, I'm guessing, is the battle maps, which I'm pretty excited for because I don't really have any of these for my other role-playing game stuff. Let's see what's inside. I have my scissors if I need them, but I feel like this is going to be easy enough to open without them. Oh yeah, there you go. So, let's look at them one by one. This is a pretty big one, it looks like. It's double-sided. That's good. Alright, so this is the secret laboratory. Guess that's the location of the adventure. I don't really remember reading about that. I did read some of the PDF that got sent out like way ahead of time before the physical book was released of the adventure. I haven't read all of it yet though because I did want to wait for the physical book to get all of it, but it is good stuff from what I've seen. But yeah, this is kind of dark, spooky lab. Not very... The map itself is big, but the area of players can move is not very big, but I can see this being useful for like a close quarters kind of creepy scenario. I like that. So on the other side, we have the Mock Den Caverns. This is a much bigger area, it looks like. Big. It's hard to get the whole thing on the camera. Let's see what I can do zooming out wise. Yeah, there's really no easy way to show this in a convenient way, but trust me, it is very cool. It's a big area. Maybe if I sprawl it on the floor, but I didn't really set this up with good floor space in mind. But anyway, we got kind of glowing pits and stuff. This is a very kind of larger, like actual tunnel-y dungeon. I like that. So that one. Let's see what's next. So here we've got the final battle already. Very cool. Some kind of sigil there. Once I do more reading of the book, that'll probably make more sense, but let's open it up. Okay. Probably kind of hard to see the actual grid on here, even without being compressed by the camera quality and the glare, the shine on the paper. It's kind of hard to see the grid, but the visuals are pretty neat. Again, it's really hard to show these maps on camera, but we got some foresty area at the bottom. Lots of glowiness and more fiery glowiness near the top. Kind of a big area for like a big final battle, which is what it is. So that could be pretty cool. Let's see what's on the back. Oh, whoa. This one's not actually a battle map. This is Altar Heart. This is a good thing. The maps are so big that I can't show them properly because that just shows how much work gone into them. But I guess this is more of, yeah, this isn't like a grid thing. This is more of just a general look at what would happen in this magical tree where much of the more domestic action of Humblewood would take place. We have the canopy market, the branches. You can see little homes in there. Like, that's pretty cute. The Bright Hollows, the Underhill, the Trunk Market, the Boughs, and the Council Plaza. And I'm very sorry that these are so hard to show, but I'm trying to do as best as I can. Let's see what else I got here. Got a couple more maps. These are a bit smaller, it looks like. We have the Bandit Camp, and I remember this is part that's pretty early on in the adventure. Yeah, that looks like a bandit camp to me. Got a campfire in the middle. Little tents and such. Pretty simple, but it's very effective. A little early campaign encounter. Eliza's Emporium. Don't know who Eliza is, but she's got a nice little emporium there. Nice. A little carving of a cat on the bottom or something. That's weird. Alright, there's still a couple more of these. Got the Inner Keep. Another kind of darker area, but we got some buildings. That's nice. It kind of looks like an armory there. More tunnels. On the back here we have Susan's hut. Don't know who Susan is, but I'm sure I'll find out when I read more. And it's a nice little house. Then we got some of the grid extends on beyond, so if you want to have your players like walking in and out of the house. Cool. Don't want to start a huge fight in her house. I'm sure that would be very unhappy for Susan, but you never know what's going to happen when you're playing a role-playing game. So this one looks like it's going to be a bigger world map. Yeah. This is kind of just the general world map of Humblewood. This map is like more rectangular than the other ones were. It's not a complete square, it's a little smaller. And there's so many logos for Humblewood, and I love it. Each of them like looks good. No, they don't stick with one logo, and none of them are worse than others. They're all like really nice. Yeah, but this one doesn't have a back to it, but I don't really know what else would go on that. So, general world map, maybe something to show, just have on your table at all times, just to show the players what world they're in. I like it. A lot of these areas on here, they have the more detailed maps of, after like the Elder Heart there, that was that one with the tree. The Bandit Fortress, I imagine the Bandit Camp is in there. Cool. There's one more, let's see what it is. Oh. Okay, another like tree, the avium. This is where a lot of the birds live, I guess. The bird type races, which are the new races. Yeah, this is like the other Alderheart map. Not really a grid, but more just a general detail of what areas are on this treetop home. Winnowing Reach. Okay. Another similar thing. I don't remember this location, but I like this a lot. Really, again, can't gush over the art enough. It's so nice. I mean, the buildings, both the buildings and the creatures, but obviously we're looking at the buildings now, but very nice. I have great world building in here. I like it a lot. Well, there's Eliza's cart. More world building for who Eliza is, I guess. Yeah, cool. Very cool. So that's it for the maps. Let's open up. What's this little deck of cards here? So this is a deck of reference cards. Originally, it was back in the Kickstarter. I almost did the tier level that like just included this and the PDF of the book, but I'm like, no, I had a feeling this thing's gonna be worth getting more than just this, because so far it already is already. Lots of cool stuff in here, but let's see what else is in here. Well, I'm not going to go through all of them, obviously, but I'll see what a few of them look like. Get the wrapping off. Right, little box. Oh, and there's a list on the back of what each of them are. There are 72 of them. They're all tarot-sized. Cool. And there's more wrapping to get off now. So, yeah, this is just general, like, product information card. We don't need to look at that one. But here's the more, like, important stuff. Got monster cards. It's an ash snake. Just an unaligned huge monstrosity. Challenge rating of 4. And there's its stat block. Very convenient to not have to be flipping through the book and just be able to pull these out whenever there's an encounter. Lesser Demon. Kind of funny looking dude. I believe there's also going to be spells in here. Or just other NPCs. Yeah, there's like more of a non-monstrous NPC. It's a Corvum is one of the character races. Yeah, and so there's a diviner, an assassin, a necromancer, and just the character races in there. And there's another character race, Hedgebard. Yeah, lots of races mixed with classes, a lot of stuff like that. General NPCs that aren't monsters. Oh, and then we got some items too. Let's look at this one. Nest Charm. It's a wondrous item. It's uncommon and requires attunement, whatever that means. And more detail. Very nice. Items, also useful to have reference cards for. Well, there's a weapon type item. It's a red feather bow for your archery people out there. And thank you for your purchase. Well, thank you for making the product. Alright. Oh, here's a spell. Ambush Prey. I guess that's more of a... I think that's a skill, not a spell. Well, maybe it is a spell. Huh. I'm not sure. I have to double check the book. But yeah, here are some spell cards. But before we go into those, the kind of cooler part about the spell cards, and you're going to see this in a second. I mentioned earlier in the video that The deck of many makes animated spell cards for just general D&D spells, but look at this. They made some unique ones just for Humblewood. So let me unwrap this real quick. This one's going to be a little bit trickier to unwrap it. This shrink wrap is more tight on this one, it seems. Finally. Animated spells. Tilt to animate. Yeah, so these are like, the way they do animated spells, they do the like those holographic cards, like you might have found like Pokemon cards do stuff like that, like old ones. You bring your spells to life. It's a very cool way of getting more of an illustration of what the spells actually look like in action. I really like this idea, and I'm glad they made a special set. Like, here's that ambush prey spell we were looking at in the regular card, but look, tilt it, you can see the owl appearing and going away, and it has the same information on the back. See one that has more like movement to it. That one's kind of hard to tell. Let's see, elevated sight. Yeah, oh yeah, you can see as they tilt it, the eyeball changes directions. Isn't that just so cool? These are great, and the paper quality is pretty good too. Like, oh, that's so cool. Gotta move on though. This video's already too long. What do we have next? Well, of course, we got the book itself. It's a hardcover. That was a lot easier to take off. Same artwork as the front of the box. Same information blurb too, actually. Looks like, yeah, the same information blurb. Oh, great quality hardcover. The binding feels solid. Oh, nice new book smell. Love that. And I'm not going to do a flip through this because that would take up like most of the video, but just, and also don't want spoilers if you're going to buy this yourself, and also just don't want you to copy what you say because these people deserve to be paid for their work. But just to give you an example of just how good the artwork consistently is, and it's all full color. Yeah, they have stuff that's on the maps we just showed. Well, I guess it's not all full color. There is black and white stuff too, but in places where it makes sense for there to be black and white, and it still looks just as good. Yeah. Oh man, it's so good. And just look at that. That's like a perfect like computer desktop background. Oh, that's such good art. Is there something similar on the back? No, that's just the license. On a cute little cartoon doodle at the back I like. But yeah, excellent quality book. This is, I mean, obviously the main part of this whole collection, but I have the least to say about it because it's just a really good book. I could do, maybe I will at a later point do a review of like the actual contents of this, but not really a place to do that in an unboxing video. Just know that this is high quality stuff. Really good. Now the last little thing I have to show you, since I didn't get the one with the minis, it did come with standees. And I'm not going to set these up right now, but just going to give you a good look what they are. Typical punch-out cardboard stuff. They're varying sizes. Like we have that flame element dude. He's bigger than the other ones. Some general like tokeny things there. And then different. Oh, there's that lesser demon guy from earlier. So he's a little bit smaller than we have. I believe these are the NPCs in the adventure. Yeah, and then this other sheet I believe is going to be the. Yeah, this is more like. Yeah, these represent the different player races, classes, for the most part. And there's that little owl guy who's kind of the mascot of Humblewood at this point. And then these are some of the smaller enemies, like slimes and stuff. But yeah, really cool. So, and then of course we have the little standee bases for them. So yeah, that's this video. Amazing product, honestly. I don't really know what else to say other than just this is so good. The amount of detail and effort and quality that went into an unofficial supplement, not even its own game, it's a supplement, is unbelievable. This raises the bar like so high. I've bought other D&D and role-playing game products, both official Wizards of the Coast stuff and other like independently created stuff. This blows, in terms of just the quality of the materials and how much stuff you get, this blows them all out of the water. All of them. Like, this is way, 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 way better than the Wizards of the Coast official D&D starter set for 5th edition, both the regular one, and I also have the Stranger Things tie-in one. I guess there's a Rick and Morty one too, but I don't like Rick and Morty, so whatever. But like, those were pretty bare bones compared to this. Of course, this doesn't have the actual official D&D rules. They couldn't legally publish that, but the amount of stuff that's in here, the amount of like quality stuff, and none of it's like wasteful. Like none of this is stuff that you can't immediately use in your game, is unbelievable. Like even just like I showed you the animated spell cards. It didn't even have to come with these regular spell cards because it also had the animated ones, but it gave you both. And again, I didn't get the minis, but the standees will do just fine, and I like them a lot. They still have that beautiful artwork on them. And the maps. Again, I was excited for these. This is one of the main reasons I upgraded to this tier, because I don't really have a lot of battle maps for my regular games. I mean, this isn't really battle map, that example, but still, the grid-based battle maps, I don't really have a lot of those, and that's something I'm definitely going to use. I am so excited to maybe run a game in this Humblewood setting. This might be my new go-to whenever I want to play 5e. It's just so good. This box has everything you need and more, and the best artwork. I mean, I guess art's subjective, but like some of the best artwork easily I've seen for any role-playing game product. I'm beyond impressed. Like, I'm at a loss for words without just rambling here because it's so good, everything that's in here. Massive, massive applause to Hit Point Press and the Humblewood team, and the Deck of Many for putting together such a beautiful, beautiful, amazing product. I recommend getting this. I don't know when they're going to have it open to the public. Right now it's just getting out to the Kickstarter backers. But as soon as it is, if you're into D&D, or even if you're not and you want to try something new to like introduce people to it, this is my recommendation by a long shot. Definitely check this out. This box was $50, which is reasonable. It's a little bit more than a typical role-playing game starter box set, but considering how much is in there, it's definitely worth the extra price. Thanks for watching. Humblewood. Check it out. Check out Humblewood. Yeah. Okay, bye guys.